Let's go.
Let's do it. So Polder. Polder is the name of this low-lying area in the Netherlands. 1/3 of the country is below sea level, and we've had to deal with this since the Middle Ages. We had to cooperate on water management through war, occupation, and other challenges. The year 2092, the year I hope my children are my parents' age, 75. It goes without saying that the world will be a very different place by then. Here's a stunning but telling sunset in Bali, where we live with our family at the moment. As you see, many children from other speakers today, I do think it is a lot that drives me forward. Why is no longer a question. There will be significant heat and water challenges as the climate is breaking down. It's obvious we will have to come together with a global, ambitious consensus. Matt Damon figured it out in the movie The Martian. Mars isn't our alternative. It's a pain to get back from that and to get there. We need to think of inclusive solutions and how we can generate this faster. Where will we live? The Perseverance is being tested for its mission to Mars. As immense efforts and technological advances made to reach its goals. It's just another example we can apply incredible technology efforts in huge teams across borders. And in this case, put an electric car on Mars. Universal, a long exposure NASA image from the International Space Station, showing the many cities on Earth melting together. Significance of the challenge ahead and the density of the challenge is obvious. The thin atmosphere shows the delicate situation and the urgency in starting to work together. Local levels need refinement and adaptation to create sometimes unique solutions. The image shows the Dutch Delta Works, an openable structure to allow a flow of tides. At times of storm, this 9-kilometer structure can be closed to protect the land behind it, and shows the immense collaboration to create such structures. The reality is, of course, that the next high tide is man-made and on global scale. Simply putting these kind of structures on a global level is out of the question. It will come with its own carbon footprint. So it's important we develop a strategy to work together and try to avoid this. The Polder model, as we've called it, as I mentioned, 1/3 of the country is below sea level and has dealt with this since the Middle Ages. It has had to cooperate on water management through war, occupation, and many other challenges. The collaboration framework was called the Polder model, where everyone had to agree to survive. The Netherlands, by example, is framed by 22,000 kilometers of dike infrastructural systems, a timely and costly process that, of course, requires immense investment to protect a city or a country from rising sea levels. What other frameworks for collaboration can we think of? Since the Middle Ages, different societies living in the same reclaimed polder required to cooperate and share responsibility for maintenance of dikes and pumping stations. Typically, this was done through consensus and discussions to reach agreement. A lengthy process could take a lot of time, of course. So how to polder? Stephen Covey and Soumaya Deben framed the 3 ways to collaborate: defensive, compromise, synergize. How to polder on a global scale, or how to find a consensus fast. So perhaps it's time to listen and bring people together. DBF is much more than a flashy platform, of course. DBF aims to create consensus, as we learned so much from our key client, teaching us to operate in harmony through common goals and discussions. It is also fuel for us to change our story. Through our mission, we aim to push the discussion and the storyline of how we think about developing cities collaboratively. We build a platform to scale solutions faster, similar to Stacey and many of the other speakers today, bringing together data and information on building design. One way is through the events and feedback that we started doing this year. The implementation solution. Almost daily, we navigate today and tomorrow's industry challenges. Not just in the design, but more and more so by looking at 3 scales in the building design stages: the city and context, the building and inner working, and what the building is made of. I want to do a big shout out to the team and Sergio and Tejas for being relentless in this push and drive forward in how we develop this platform, and to bring ourselves forward as well as the building design teams and how we work with them. Always aiming to bring the best to our users and push for high quality projects while striving for meaningful solutions. So as we scale, not only with what we're doing, but also our ambition as a growing company, we know the challenges ahead are too large for anyone and many solutions need to be created. We wanted to thank everyone who inspired us today and push us forward to remain a relentless pursuit. Here's some insights of how we tested and play as a team, just to show you what's going on inside the studio patch. We learned to work together as a young global team of almost 30 people, and now on average 12 countries. We are on a mission to create scalable tools to let our community design better cities. And we invite people to involve and to join our forces to rise above our current capabilities and challenges one another to evolve as we collaborate. Focus on synergies and common ground. We will evolve and drive positive change as we go forward. So I've learned a lot in the last few months, especially around this topic and teams and data. And this is one of the questions I've had on my mind from quite early on. I would love to hear everyone's thought in it, here in the chat or in the weeks to come through my email, and how we will join forces to solve the challenges ahead. Feel free to reach me on my email, of course, Camiel@digitalbluefarm.com.